The New South Wales Premier has delayed the easing of restrictions by a week, despite a third straight day of no community transmission. Our reporter Charlotte Mortlock is at State Parliament. Charlotte, there is a silver lining here, though.
There certainly is, Ash. It does look like we will have to wait an extra week here in New South Wales before we get that relief. But the good news is that it's going to be better than what we expected. Last week, the Premier, Gladys Berejiklian, flagged her interest in easing back the restrictions for household gatherings, potentially easing the cap on children under the age of 12 attending those. Also, she said that she wanted to ease restrictions surrounding weddings. But now it does look like if we can be patient and wait another week, we're going to get even more restrictions easing back.
So long as we can keep case numbers zero or confined to existing household contacts, and so long as we have good rates of testing in the next week, there's no reason why we can't go back as closely as possible to pre-Avalon conditions, with the exception potentially of masks in some high-risk settings.
The Premier said that masks remain our fourth line of defence against coronavirus, and because of that, it's unlikely we'll see many restrictions easing surrounding that. Particularly, it is still going to be likely that we'll have mandatory face masks on public transport. The Premier has pleaded with her state counterparts time and time again to open up the borders, and that seems to have fallen on deaf ears. But today, she tried a different angle, spruiking the economic benefits to opening up.
We do have some control about internal borders, and if we want to keep people in jobs, if we want to keep tourism alive, if we want to keep the states growing, and remember, if we don't consume and buy and sell off each other in Australia, we'll see GST revenue go down, which will again cause economic challenges.
Ash, the state recorded 0 new coronavirus cases for the third consecutive day. We had around 20,000 tests conducted in the past 24 hours, and that's double what we saw the previous day, but it's still not at that benchmark of 25,000, which health authorities are desperate to get to.